Yo, yo, Tony D back in the house. Have some cleanup business to do. I have a confession to make is really what I have to do. I had some comics left on eBay that I didn't delete or remove the listing, and I got the ching ching notification, and five of them. I had a set of 5 Vampirilla and Red Sonja cosplay covers. I've talked about it in another video where I felt like I had to have all these cosplay covers, and dude, I was buying them steady. So I decided to sell them. You talk about something just taking up space and really didn't fit my collection. So I was going to get rid of them, man. It's cool if you like that stuff. They sell pretty fast, but this one kind of hung out there. I'll throw a pickup of what I sold, but kind of goes against, makes me look like a hypocrite because you always hear me on here going like, oh, selling, ruins it for me, this and that. And the whole thing, like to emphasize, I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about other people. I had a discussion with someone today about a different topic, and I was talking about me and how my viewpoint, how it affected me, this and that. And they kind of got defensive and was fortifying why they did it, this and that. I was like, hey man, I ain't talking about you. This is just me, dude. It's cool. Sometimes you get into stuff like that, man. You just got to be cool. Oh man, I ain't bagging this up yet. We got mega micro reviews to hit. So the confession is done. The books are out. Hopefully that person enjoys it. And news from the Fallout. Super unexpected gem. When it first came out, I was kind of hesitant. Man, I don't know, dude. I don't need another apocalyptic book, but your boy likes that stuff. And the unexpected, gem or surprise about this is this fresh, unique format of simply, it's a very minimalist style. And you can tell, we're on issue 5, not sure how far this is going to go. Did I see concluded at the back? Hold on, man. I don't want it to end. I'd like to see how far something like this could go. Yeah, to be concluded. That's cool, dude. But I'm getting to a point where I can tell who the characters are just based on their silhouette, and I'll show you. So we get a little, where things are at now is the group of survivors is pretty much solidified. The list is finalized of who is in this survivors group. It really got whittled down after our main protagonist from the army, they're experimenting with this bomb, and he was the only one that kept his mask on, and everyone else, I believe that they were forced to take their mask off, or that was part of the test. And he was like, I ain't doing that. And then everyone started turning into the crazies. If you've seen that movie, Google it. It's the older one. I haven't seen that, but the remake of it, it was pretty cool, man. It was wild, but you're not really a zombie, you're just crazy. So that's really what I'm calling them zombies, but they're not. So one of these, some of them are smart. So most of them are like followers, and you'll have one that's kind of a leader, and he's like a general, which is one of the leaders. However, we get this peek into the past, prehistoric times, where it's probably the genesis of this zombie, like a meteor, like it came from outer space. So we're given some clues, and you see the minimalist structure, heavy silhouette, which is really cool. It's such a flat comic book, and you'll see what I mean, where it's like there's no shading to make it three-dimensional. However, there are moments where they will, and it's in here, I'll show you when we get to it, but they made it to a town, and there's 3 of them in the finalized group so far. They make it to this town where this guy, you can tell who he is by his hat and his scarf, and you can tell that's the waitress by her hair. The guy with the pipe he was the diner owner, and this is our army guy that escaped. And you can just totally tell, the pipe, that's intentional, so you know who he is. It's pretty cool, man. I bet they had fun making this. He has a story about how this has happened before, and he's familiar with what's going on. And when they finally like, hey man, we're cool, nothing wrong with us, he gives them the lowdown of the story, and yeah, he knows what's up. This has happened before. I love it when the writing is minimal. I love narration though. Like I love a very well crafted, thought out book. But when the narrator, the writer is working with the artist, man, you can really come up with something good. Sometimes I wonder about that. Like, do they argue with each other? I'm sure they do. You know what I mean? God, they have to. I hate to think of it like that. I want to think that they're all harmonious and like working together with no problems, but hey, whatever. So this is what I'm talking about. You will get the third dimension kind of starts poking through a little bit with this type of work. And you see he's telling them the story about what he witnessed. And it's like, dude, he just like turns in. This is almost like a foreshadowing thing where you're like, okay, he's going to die. He's got death on him with the skull. Actually, I don't think he's telling the story. I think these are characters in the story. I could be wrong, man. Pick up a copy and read it. I'm just giving you the Nibblets. See if you want it. But yeah, man, you get to that. The crazies are coming for him in this town, and this guy's like, you know what? I'm making my last stand. I got my dog. I'll let them have it, and you guys get out of town. You just go over here, climb in here, and you can escape. That's how he talks in my mind when I read it. So he lets them have it with the dragon's breath. Pop, 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 pop. Gatling gun. Love it. And, yeah, he's like, get out of here. So they do. And the funny thing is, okay, here's the weird thing. It's like, it's a spore. And the ravens carry it, which is very odd. The ravens do play a part in this insanity. Now, are they carrying the spore? They might be. But it spreads regardless. Man, I'm like, I don't want nothing to happen to the dog, man. Dogs are cool. Now, can animals be infected? There you go. But really, that's the gist of this whole thing. Is like they just get some more history of what's going on, and then they get an escape pattern. And there he is, by last stand. The crazies will. Yeah, that sucks, dude. Do not dig that at all. Look at his hand all. It's crazy, man. So yeah, I hope some righteous justice befalls this one for messing with the dog. So they're in a very dark, they're in like I think like a mine cavern or something like that. And yeah, you hear the guy out there doing his thing. So great ending, man. To be concluded. I'm so glad I had this in my collection. This is one of those books, man. I'm going to look back on it. Maybe Mega Mini, Starco. He'll get into it. This would be, I don't know, little kid, man. I think, yeah, for a little kid, this would be a good horror zombie apocalyptic starter kit. I think so. There's nothing in here bad enough to be mature or inappropriate. It's all silhouettes. With what they can get a hold of on the interwebs and all that. This is nothing, man. If your little guy or gal is into horror, I think this would be a good one. I might give it to my nephew. He's pretty cool. His dad, I was over there for the holidays one year, and his dad let him watch the original, and I was so proud, the original Walking Dead. The first one, George Romero style. And his face when my nephew was watching it, it was like he was curled up with his dad, and he was so serious looking, like got real quiet. He's just watching it. It's a good moment, man. Proud of him for making it. No telling what nightmares happened. I'll have to get with his mom and see if he ended up in their room. The good thing is, I didn't do it. Predator kills. Once again, emphasis on kills, the Marvel Universe. Love this title, dude. Love all the Predator stuff. Predator is having its day right now. I remember in the early 90s, I was buying a lot of Predator books. It was really, yeah, this is so brutal, dude. The heroes being hung like that. And I saw Daredevil and I was like, nah, man, I'm a Daredevil guy. You got the Green Goblin. You know, you get wrapped up in the, okay, who'd they get? So there's been a lot of eliminations in this little game. And yeah, Kingpin, Doc Ock. It's just interesting to see the little villains. Like, yeah, it ain't just the heroes, it's the villains. So it's like a full-pronged, coordinated attack. And they have a base on the moon. So they're taking over Earth. That's the whole thing. And this is what was crazy. Our boy Thor. That's my mom's comic book crush, by the way. Kind of weird finding that out, but hey, what are you gonna do? Yeah, they just punk him out, dude. I find it interesting. This Predator is wearing a Punisher shirt. So, is that a trophy? Probably is. That sucks, man. I think the Punisher, man, he could go stealth, use some of that military training. Ah, man, we'll see. Well, if the Punisher can kill the Marvel Universe, he could kill some Predators. I digress. So they hit him with this thing that makes him super dense and heavy, where he just starts going through the earth and he goes all the way to the molten center of the earth. And I guess that's enough to kill our boy, or my mom's boy. Thor's dead. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. I love this part. Yeah, look, man, he's wearing the Punisher stuff. Oh, dude, it is a trophy. There's like bullet holes or whatever they like, maybe the laser with the 3. Man, I don't know how I feel about that. It's the first appearance of Punisher Predator. Yeah, because why would he just wear a shirt? That's interesting. I wonder, whoa, what if this is the Punisher in disguise? I doubt it because of what he's doing right now. But he tries picking up the hammer, thinking he's all worthy and all that stuff, and you get a snick. And when you see that word snick, you know what's up. Next page, please. Yeah, Wolverine ain't having it. He saw his people in the issue previous get taken out. Xavier rolling out of the front of the mansion on fire. Like, it's crazy, man. It really is. Nightcrawler, survivor as well. So they start doing their thing. You know, I wouldn't think molten lava at the center of the earth would kill Thor. Kind of it's interesting. When you do get a book like this, you do, and I think every comic book fan you should scrutinize the kills a little bit. But once again, I digress. We keep going. So I love Wolverine in his berserker mode. It reminds me of Claremont's run where it was a big deal in the cartoon as well, 97, pardon me, where he, God, what is it, man? The club, God, dude, the comic gods are going to hate me, but the Hellfire Club, yeah, where he takes out the 3 dudes, starts their story arc, but man, we'll get into that some other day. So, yeah, they get hit with the net. You know, the net that like tightens up, turns you into the slice and dice net. They get hit with it. They make it. Oh, because Nightcrawler bamps on out of there. Bamfola. Damn, dude. I really would like to see. And you see, Wolverine has fought one before, so he knows what's up. So he gets, man, I think they get our boy. Wolverine's like a main one you would have to take out. You know, they kind of, they were going after the brains first, the Fantastic Four. The brains, the Hulk was the main one, but no, I take that back. They went after the X-Men first. Yeah. It was either the X-Men or the Fantastic Four, a huge, powerful group, but I would prioritize Wolverine. Good stuff, man. Then they find out that Kraven's being a traitor and working with them. Makes sense, though, because he's a hunter. So yeah, he wants Spider-Man for himself. Go figure. Oh, so Iron Man like comes in for the save. All right. So you got Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Nightcrawler, man. They need help, and Tony Stark delivers. Yeah, I totally love this series. And then this is where you ratchet up that action. You have Predator X. Love it, man. If you're a speculator, I'm telling you, man, that's a key. They could easily keep this character in canon. Oh, wait a minute. It's like an Elseworld or whatever. So still, it is what it is. It's a key, I think. You could keep the character around. And then you get to the end where you have a pissed off invisible woman who is super powerful, Omega level type stuff. She put one of them little bubbles in your head, man, and you're done. Yeah, so it's the dark side of the moon. That's her little base. She's trying to take out their base, and she runs into the father. I believe that's the father or the older son. I want to say the father. Kind of like Badlands, huh? And then we kind of get to that. Black Panther's always good about stepping up. Yeah, a big part of this story, and it's described right here, where they're using vibranium to do, which is much of their success. And Black Panther's like, yeah, it's our responsibility. And you in there, man. Leinil Yu, killing it on the covers. Totally dig his artwork. Yeah, if you're a Predator fan, you got to get on this. I highly recommend you get Wolverine versus Predator. Been out for a while. Spider-Man versus Predator, and this one. They're all related. Predator versus Wolverine was pretty cool, man. But the Spider-Man versus Wolverine, they introduce you to a Predator called Skinner. And that is a very gruesome book. I was shocked. My challenge to people watching the videos is, you name me a book, a more gruesome, Spider-Man, that is more gruesome than that. And there may be, you never know. That's the cool thing about sharing. Captain America. Totally love this read. Issue 5. We left off where Colton has been betrayed by his country. He's been lied to. He's tired of it. And he thinks the only course of action he has left is to take out just take everyone out. Scorched earth policy. And there is very touching moments where he reflects back to his mother, who loves him. And I love these sepia tones that when you go back, that's your cue that's happening. And he's got PTSD, man. He's got legit issues with what he's into. And Cap pretty much punks out Dr. Doom in front of his people, so he takes him out of the equation. Howling Commando right here. She beat up, man. She's the one that was taking out hostages and really ignited Colton into the state he is in now. And she still has to, very mission driven, I might add, where she has to take out the hostage. When really it's probably all for naught right now. But the reason being why they have to do that is because they have knowledge of America working with Dr. Doom to take over territory to make it their advantage. See what I'm saying? Not good. Such bullshit, man. War is so... Man, it's unnecessary. It's fucking... But man, here we go. What a great shot, man. He has had it. And there you go. You're dealing with the result of just a tired soldier who's had enough. He even gets where he can throw that shield. I thought that was pretty cool. So here's the big buildup, right? Other videos I talked, I think everyone speculated like, oh man, here it comes. Colton and Rogers going to hook it up. And we get that. But Rogers is hesitant. And I believe Colton is hesitant as well. They both don't want to do this, but he feels he needs to. Rogers just wants to get him home. That's Roger's mission right now. Get Colton home. And I say home very specifically because that's what he needs right now. So he even like saves Cap. So this is one of those fights where it's not really a true, I mean, it's a fight, but it's not like evil bad guy fight. It's, I've got to save this guy from himself. And we find out in a very touching moment that the super soldier serum has affected his heart. There's adverse effects, and they're coming out right now where it's kind of interesting. He asked Rogers if he knows CPR. Like, he doesn't know what that is. So did they not know what CPR was in the 40s? I need to research that. If that, I'm sure it's true, but it's like, that is great research for a writer. Man, hats off, Percy. Is it Percy, man? I'll get it right. Get it right. Zdarsky. Oh, but man, he's a good writer. Love it, dude. You're doing great. But yeah, great research. Love the attention to detail. And they get him home, back to the sepia tones. That's his mom. Very touching moment there. However, this is very interesting. Tony Stark shows up. And pretty much, they have Captain America, like, pretty much arrested. But Tony Stark shows up and pretty much tells Ross, like, I'll quit giving you this, you know, A, B, and C. You know, I want this guy. And he gets his way where you see the formation of the Avengers in this line. Is this canon? Like, I mean, I get it. It's cool if it is, but I don't know. I guess I need clarification. Man, I do research. It's what the internet is for. Love it. I love researching. It takes me down so many rabbit holes. I'm going to do a video specifically on the architecture of a rabbit hole. That's coming soon. Yeah, they talk, and then they talk about Colton, and he's giving the technology. Here's what I predict is going to happen. He's giving him the technology that keeps his heart going to Colton, which sets up, I believe, a war machine, right? Like a war machine type thing. Because he's going to have the arc reactor in his chest. So let's see where that goes. I liked him as Captain America. I hope it's more of a lean more into the Captain America part of it with something maybe fresh and new with the arc reactor. I don't know, man. Let's see what happens. So yeah, that's where you end up. And then I didn't understand this. Like, he gets the Bucky Barnes. Yeah, he doesn't know Iron Man is Iron Man. I love the throwback. That's cool. Throwback with a modern twist. I think it's cool. But he gets this package, and Bucky Barnes is in it, a toy. But the world never forgets heroes. I'm glad you're here. Signed R. Who's R? It's not Bucky Barnes. So I'm a little lost on that, man. Smarten your boy up, man, like I always say. So we got issue 6 coming. So I want this. I hope this is the new Captain America series that will continue. So what's cool and positive, your boy is now on Captain America, collecting, buying. It's cool, man. That's how I roll, dude. That's how I do it. I just don't stick with something, and I try to push my boundaries, do research. I'm not trying to follow the crowd. Sometimes I will be into things that the crowd's into. That's okay, but I am a strong contrarian. And man, you'll never guess what my boy Matt Price at Speeding Bullet Comics got. No, I'm not going to say it. I don't want someone to go get it. So, this was an enjoyable review session. Just FYI for the future, I'm going to keep it to 3 titles, and I'm going to keep them the same. Like, the next one will be Batman, 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 Spawn, Spawn. So I have enough where I can do that. So, man, I'll see you soon.